How long did you think these sanctuary cities were really going to protect you? Like ICE wouldn't dare step foot inside? And this week, ICE walked into California like they own the place, hauling out illegals en masse. And the first domino, it wasn't in LA or San Diego. It started with a quiet signature up north, Minnesota. Welcome to the collapse, y'all. Let's break it down.
Governor Tim Walz signed the driver's license for all bill into law. This will allow all Minnesotans to get a driver's license regardless of immigration status.
Instead of actually changing the politician, what they actually do is they just want to change the voter. And by allowing illegal immigrants to have an ID, that's flat out un-American. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to flood our market with all these illegal voters, given what we've seen over the course of the past year with their inability to have free and fair elections. And it's just going to be their response to it, to allow millions of people to have an ID. And quite frankly, to the tax-paying American and the everyday American, this is absolutely disgusting, outrageous, because these tone-deaf policies are what the world are watching right now. They aren't listening, and quite frankly, we're fed up with it.
Governor Tim Walz.
Now, what does this have to do with California? Everything. Because when one blue state hands out driver's license to illegals, others follow. It's the blueprint. Create access, blur the illegal line, crowd when ICE steps in. This isn't about safety. I'm looking at it like they trying to stack future votes with people who aren't even supposed to be here, might I add. And once the sanctuary is built, that's when, ICE has to come through and knock that thing smooth down. Now it's okay, huh?
Stop resisting with your hands up. Okay, go down. Stop.
Now, this man didn't just violate immigration law. He tried to run over ICE agents in broad daylight. And guess what? Guess what has happened? In California. You tell me, what kind of city shields someone like this? A sanctuary or a liability? This is a Vietnamese illegal alien, as American Papa Bear added, by the way. And while the media ignores this, they cry over arrests like this one.
Two men restrain Brenda Valencia, a housekeeper arriving at work. On the ground, they handcuff her as she cries out. One witness who asked that we not show her face said they first thought the men were construction workers based on the way they were dressed. If you look very closely, you can see badges hanging from their necks. But that's the only sign they're law enforcement. In a statement, ICE said agents arrested Valencia for being present in the U.S. after entry without inspection, adding she was released with an ankle monitor due to child care issues. Bridget Browning is the president of the Hotel Workers Union. One of her members recorded and sent her the video of the arrest.
It's awful to see someone who's not a criminal being treated worse than we treat dogs at the Humane Society.
I want to be completely transparent with my audience for a second and say, I feel like I've seen a variation of that clip before in one of our previous videos. Now, we come across so many different clips across X, and captions are being changed, and I try to do my best to make sure that I vet the video as much as possible, and even keep track of what we've already reviewed to make sure that doesn't happen. However, NBC tried to paint this as cruel. A poor housekeeper tackled by plainclothes agents, but you look closer, she entered illegally. She stayed illegally, and ICE did their job. Really, is nothing more to it. This is how you know the left doesn't want law. They want emotional exceptions. And when ICE doesn't meet their emotional quota. The media makes up heroes out of ghosts.
I heard they're knocking the door.
Firuzabadi reliving the terrifying moment. She says minutes after her son Reza Zavar left to walk his dog Duke, strangers in uniform arrived at her front door holding the leash. She says ICE agents took the 52-year-old into custody June 28th, just feet from their Gaithersburg home.
He'll come home. We'll bring him home. It's okay.
Yes.
We don't know why he's been held in a detention facility in Texas, hundreds of miles away from us, with criminals. My brother is not a criminal.
At last update, family members say the government has given orders to deport him to Romania or Australia, but no explanation. And sister Miriam Zavar says they've spent the last 2 weeks trying to get answers. She says her baby brother came to this country from Iran legally as a student when he was 12. Their parents sent him to the U.S. to attend school, and they say he eventually got his green card. The rest of their family immigrated years later. According to a family attorney, years after a misdemeanor for marijuana possession in the late 90s, Zavar was stopped while re-entering the country in 2004, which started the deportation process. His attorney says that case was resolved in October 2007 when he was granted a withholding of removal order to Iran, allowing him to continue living and working in the U.S.
Just want him home. All I want to see that moment he comes home and he plays with Duke, because you don't know how much love was between them.
Hey, I'm a dog owner. I know the love between man and dog for sure. But let's look at the facts here. You gotta really listen to what they were saying. He was ordered to be deported over 15 years ago. ICE gave him grace, time, and options. But when they finally acted, it became oppression. Now, this isn't a glitch in the system. This is the system. And the only reason it shocks people is because the left stopped teaching consequences. And while ICE enforces the law, the left cosplays a revolution.
I don't believe when people build lives in a country that they should be taken off the streets and thrown into a building like this one. I'm a public service worker, and I'm here because my fellow human beings are inside this building, the detention center. I don't believe in people being separated from their families. We're here every Monday, so if there's not an organization you're connected to already, just show up to the GEO Detention Center on a Monday evening, and you'll get connected. It's that easy. I don't believe when people build...
Mass GEO protests outside of ICE detention. Man, if you have to wear a mask while protesting, maybe you're not as brave as you think, huh? They said they want justice. They want cameras. Antifa's in mask every day in all these videos I'm seeing. And just when you think it couldn't get any weirder, let's cue the circus.
It's official. Trentifa met their match. He lives on Sesame Street.
We brought back Elmo.
Let them grab Elmo, the racist over there. He's all stage bull.
What are you doing, pedo? Stop! You are really weird. You are there for years and years.
Trentifa wasn't going to let Elmo ruin their ICE riot. They deployed their secret weapon, Twerkarella. She really shook things up until she got taken down hard.
Yeah, we reviewed this part yesterday. We remember this.
Twerking at ICE will not be tolerated.
Now, we did see that clip yesterday, but we didn't find out she was twerking before she got arrested. That's some new added context.
Shows the country has Homan's back, not hers. Even Portland's coming around. After twerking Trentifa made a mess at ICE headquarters, Some Good Samaritans power washed the graffiti clean. Someone should tell the Maryland dad's drinking buddy, Van Hollen. He's staging sit-ins with his own amigos outside of an ice house. But he really just looks lazy. Sit-ins are supposed to obstruct an injustice, but ICE vans are still racking up the mileage.
We just tried to go up and visit one of the ICE facilities in this building that is used essentially to house people who have been taken out of their neighborhoods in Maryland. And the fact that we were locked out, literally locked out, despite the welcome sign, shows that they don't want us to know. The Department of Homeland Security, Donald Trump, don't want the American people or the people of Maryland to know what is happening behind closed doors.
Van Hollen should have just called ahead and made an appointment. Kristi Noem would have scheduled you in during visiting hours and served you guys margaritas. But the Biden migrants that Van Hollen's fighting for are the worst of the worst. Child molesters, human traffickers, and murder suspects. This is who Van Hollen's prioritizing. Nicole Suarez, an illegal transgender, accused of raping a little boy in a public bathroom. Suarez strutted into court with a face full of makeup like it was drag queen story hour at Rikers. Had zero remorse. Other migrants are playing dress up too. Some are role playing as police. This illegal Jamaican, John Luke, somehow got hired as a cop in Maine. Jamaican John only got busted when he tried to buy a gun because you can't do a background check on someone with no papers. It's a bad time to be a bad hombre. Even Uncle Sam wants them to get in the van. He needs you. And no place is safe. Home Depot is adding an R. It's now Home Deport. And Karen isn't happy.
You need to stop.
You need to stop kidnapping people off the street.
You're not an interested party. You have no right to see that.
Stop! You guys are kidnapping people off the street.
But it doesn't have to end in cuffs. If Jose wants to self-deport, Holman's his new travel agent. No TSA line, no return flight, just adios.
Now, with Jet2 Holidays.
Oh, whoa, I was too into the song. Hold on. Gather myself real quick. Now, we had a reappearance from our Elmo guy. You got grown women twerking in front of ICE and mobs screaming abolish. These mobs screaming abolish the borders. And they think ICE is the problem. This is why the left is losing. Because even when moderates look at this and say, nah, y'all going nuts, y'all don't even, y'all just look blind to it. But while they twerk, ICE is handling the real threats. This is illegal with a very violent child abuse record. This is who Sanctuary City's hot. Not the housekeeper, not the dog walker. This. And every time I seem to step up, you realize how many criminals are only one vote away from being fully protected. Let that sink in. Whew. By the way, make sure y'all follow me on these platforms up here. You know what I mean? We don't hold back over there. You know what I mean? Just facts, just fire, and just team think. You know, they gave these illegals a license, you know. They gave them a rod. That's what happens when law meets a loophole. California may be a sanctuary, but the sanctuary just got iced. And team think we don't flinch. We don't fold. We just keep calling it out until the truth burns through the fog, ultimately. Now, I want to shout out to the Team Think 4-Time Club, 4X Club. I got to do some shout outs real quick. I want to shout out Frenzy. Well, first of all, let me say, these are the legends holding the line right now. Frenzy, Jonathan Slofa, Jen's Special Family Collection, Cattle and Horse Rancher, Carol Poss, Lurie Twartle, K. Gabby, J. Miller, Deborah, Jess a Reflection, All About Cats, and how you say this? Respman 058. Yeah, I got to do better with the names, but y'all don't just support this channel, man. Y'all help me hold the media accountable. Well, y'all help hold the media accountable, not just me. Just one view, one comment, one true bomb at a time. Y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.